there are light Jamaicans because of the Dutch. There are light-skinned Jamaicans.
Yeah, a lot of Dutch people were
Went down there.
and shit.
They were prisoners.
The Dutch were?
And they got
Because the English-
exiled. English and the Dutch, but the Dutch went to Jamaica. They got exiled, and it was Jamaica, South Africa, and one other
I
place.
think Aruba they own.
Yeah, one other
Dutch
place.
and Chile.
And so you do have Jamaicans that are light-skinned.
Yeah, I
You
heard.
got all kind of weird people. When I was up in Alaska, working in Alaska, two of my friends were from the Dominican Republic.
Did you bring
Damn,
stuff?
from Alaska?
Are you fucking serious?
I got some
You're lucky I got something here.
blast chiller.
I would have went back home and got it,
Uh-huh. Well, we gotta try this.
but I forgot it. It's been sitting there on my dresser for the last, 5 days.
Yeah, that's
You're
why
lucky.
you forgot it, 'cause it's been sitting there so
And I said to
long.
myself, I'm not going to smoke this until... And I get in the car, and here I am.
So I gave seeds to some dude who's got like 1,200 followers on Instagram. He posted a bunch of shit, and I was like, I just random shit. I just gave the dude. It was some buddy of mine's brother.
Oh, you know the dude just a little bit. That's cool.
I don't know him.
Well, he's a friend of
I've
the
never
friend of
met him.
his.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know he.
So you ain't just a random dude.
Like I didn't know they were mine until, like, he posted. Like I had no idea this dude had mine. I completely forgot I gave
Yeah.
this dude seeds. And he posted them. He was
posted
all like
seeds.
excited about them and everything. And it was like,
It came out good.
they
And
look
you're
good.
like, huh, that's mine?
I mean, they look great. But I can tell there's more BC than there is anything else in there
Uh-huh.
because it's Deadhead crossed with Biggie. I called it
Biggie's cough.
I was
Did you
thinking British Columbia.
No, I called it Biggie's
Biggie's cough.
because it was super minty but super harsh. It smelled minty as fuck, but it was super harsh and it made you cough like in the song. Biggie's
Yeah.
back on that fucking album, Ready to Die.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like,
oh, yeah. Oh, long up. That's that chronic, boy.
Yeah. So I called it Biggie's Cough, and I crossed that with Deadhead, and I didn't really get anything keeper out of it.
Yeah, but how many phenotypes did you actually look for and find?
I got 10 seeds pop, 10 fucking phenotypes.
Oh, wow. And you didn't like none of them.
No, none of them. Because again, I'm looking for something that's as good as Deadhead.
Yeah,
or
he's
close.
real particular.
Yeah.
He
I'm not
really
gonna-
is.
Like,
Some of the things he's made, I thought were good.
he liked the Deadhead.
But
like I remember, I popped the regular seeds back in the day of the
Oh,
Deadhead.
yeah.
12 seeds.
From Cali.
Yeah, I got
I remember Rudy liked one or two of them.
two phenotypes
I
that
liked them. I thought they were okay, but not like the
and,
that he had.
and they had some good 18.
What?
There was some good 18 too.
OG 18s, yeah, because I did actually get free OG 18 seeds because
Oh,
they're
with
part
that.
of the seed thing.
Yeah.
So I did pop some of those, and those I didn't like either. I didn't like any of those. They weren't even
Yeah.
fucking close. None of them looked like 18, and none of the Deadheads. Because the one, like I literally have, with those, if you take that and the one I have, it was 3 different specific phenotypes.
Dang.
You had the one he liked, which was real short, like super short, compact buds, indica as fuck, right? Real dense, a lot of leaf in the area, you know, like compact, but enough.
Right, the
Good job.
inner nodes were all so stacked that
Yeah,
it
you
looked like it
can't-
was leafy.
Yeah, and then mine, which is kind of like a sativa crossed with a big butt, you know.
Like
so-
It was more stretchy.
Yeah.
It was more stretchy.
For sure.
and then a straight sativa where it was fucking cold,
way.
where it grew out the fucking the warehouse. It would grow above the plant, like it would want to
Go
grow.
above the lights.
Yeah, we'll try to. Yeah,
Try
it
to,
was
yeah.
so fucking
Every
big.
time
It
you
was a
turn
tip
around.
to-
One was this tall,
Yeah, yeah.
and one was like here, and then the other one's fucking here. So I had all 3 phenotype, like all the
Yeah, you had
characteristics.
super like high or OG or some shit in there making it stretch above the lights.
And then you add in, what the fuck is that?
Lifesaver.
Oh, so then you add in the 6 feminized that popped, and all of them Hermie.
Them 18s?
No, fem deadheads.
Yeah, well, Cali Connections fell off as of late.
I've heard, like, what happened?
I don't know.
Something happened to them.
Yeah. He got rich.
They lost their passion.
To be honest, no, I don't think it's a lost of passion. I think it's honestly just, that's just that's just what happens when you're dealing
Big
with
dog.
something that minute. Because again, he turned the OG Kush San Fernando Valley. That's SFV.
Oh, man, yeah, I had that for a while.
He turned that into an F5.
Before he died, that's what Dwayne had.
What?
That
San Fernando Valley?
it was good too.
Oh man,
Yeah, there was.
I still
It's
have
just an
some
OG
at home.
Kush. Just
That shit tastes like Moroccan hash, which is the one I had.
really.
Oh, it tastes just like hash.
Hey, I got something for you to try in the fridge.
I want to go to Morocco and do some hash.
Dude, just go to Amsterdam.
Sounds like fun.
They
I
have
like
the
one to
best-
me too.
oh, some of the best Moroccan hash be there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Mango?
No. It's got 9 grams of
Oh,
dietary fiber.
sparkling. Ew.
No. 9 grams of dietary fiber.
Yeah,
And
that's
5
good.
grams of sugar. And it
Yeah, but
tastes
it's
to
probably
me like.
stevia or something.
No, it's not.
There's not stevia?
No.
That's
It's like 5 grams of real sugar.
Yeah.
Taste.
Tastes like orange pop.
Exactly. It's fucking crazy how good it tastes.
That is pretty good.
What's it called?
It's called Olipop. It's got a bunch of plant
Olipop.
shit in it. It's got
What the-
a ton of plant roots.
You have to order that or is that a store?
weird.
You can get them at like Kroger, some Krogers. I don't think Meyer has them, but like Target has them. But you got to go into the areas where they have all the
Health stuff.
kombucha.
So it actually
Oh,
says store refrigerated.
Yeah, you have to. It's in the kombucha area because it's supposed to be good for your microbiome.
So it's
Like, they
organic enough
designed
to
it-
where it's supposed to be
They
refrigerated at all
designed it.
times.
Yeah, they
That's
designed
sweet.
it so it's
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah.
Now, what is it called again?
Olipop.
Olipop.
Like lollipop with
They
a
have the cola one actually has caffeine in it.
Alibaba makes
I don't
it.
think that one has caffeine in it.
There were 40 thieves.
But anyways, he was doing my seeds, so I'm gonna give him some more seeds. But I was like, just give me a shout out. You gotta give me a shout out at least. Like he didn't even say
Yeah.
who I was.
Right.
Yeah, just take that Terpy Monster, like
Yeah.
put a tag on
That's
it.
all.
Yeah, this is, yeah, you're right.
And he did.
Dude,
Good.
Actually did.
Well, that's good.
It hasn't been a windfall of all his followers, you know, because that's not how it works. But
Patience is a virtue.
well, it's more we got. If you want to develop a following, you have to intertwine with other
Mhm.
communities. So you have to
Yeah.
actually be on live chats. You have to do stupid shit
yeah,
like
be
that.
online all the time, really.
That's just shit I don't do.
Yeah,
I don't have time for that right now.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to make time for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's right.
I'll be starting to do it.
Well, we're gonna do the. I think next week me and you go for a ride. We'll start at State Fair, where they're putting in the new Amazon, and then we'll do that little area and
There you go.
show you the contrast across the fucking street.
Right.
You going on a bike ride or driving the car or
Driving,
okay with the camera?
Yeah.
I like it.
talk about, let him tell stories about what he remembers growing up there. Because I like unlike you fucking people, I spent my my first 20 years in
out in the boondocks.
in Holly. So being in Detroit was we went to Canada one year, right? And I'm like, we're gonna stop at my grandma's on the way back. She lives at Crooks and 16 Mile. I knew it was Crooks. I didn't know it was 16 Mile, but I knew it was Big Beaver. I'm like, Crooks and Big Beaver. Like, we'll stop at my grandma's. I wanted to get something or some shit like that. So I'm like, okay, we'll get off on 14 because I know in my head I knew Crooks hit 14 Mile.
Oh, okay.
Right? I know it's just
Right.
it's a grid.
Right.
So we're driving and we're driving. I didn't realize where the fucking highway went. So we get to Main Street and in Clawson and that Burger King that was there, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to go any further. So they pull in the Burger King, they grab some Burger King, and then they
Yeah,
head
we're
back
back.
out to the highway.
Yeah.
And I didn't, because I had no idea. I'm like, where the fuck are these roads? Because in my mind, it's a highway in Crooks.
But the highway stair steps.
Yeah, because I've come south and gotten off 75 at Crooks. So when you get off at Crooks, it's like right there. and
So
it's going-
Holly's almost as west as it is north of us.
Yeah.
Like you're going northwest the whole time.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, 75 is crazy.
Because of Flint. It had to head towards Flint.
Yeah.
And the stair stepping is probably just because of what was available.
Well,
Where
it's
they could
farmland
go.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So there's two
They probably
reasons.
took the easiest route.
For one, I don't know if this is true. This is my opinion. But my opinion, if you look at it, they basically went through the areas. The highway planning in this area went through the areas that were ethnic and
Right.
just fucking destroyed them.
Like 375, it had nothing to do with what's the easiest route. It had to do with what affects white people the least route.
Yeah, same with 75 in general, coming through.
It's just like when I worked at the Fox Theater. I used to practically live there. And they got signs telling people which way to go to get to the freeway. But one sign took them right into the ghetto if they made the wrong turn. And they were getting a lot of complaints and shit. You know, hookers would come up to the car and shit.
Really?
Yeah. Back then.
I know, but I've never seen, because that's the thing, I've never seen a hooker in Detroit.
Those are the women my dad told me not to wave to when we drive by.
Again, I wasn't here as a kid.
So I had to break the law. I climbed up on the pole with a ratchet wrench and took the sign down. If I got caught, I'd have been in big trouble. Oh, yeah.
So it was a city sign. It wasn't just
it was a city sign, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, to give you in a perspective, American Coney Island, I didn't have that until I was in my 20s.
Get the fuck out of here.
The only time I came to Detroit was...
Well, you know what? You're not the only one.
Well, whatever. Either one of them.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Right, well, my dad wasn't a big... My dad grew up in fucking... the Burbs. He grew up in Troy during the 50s, 60s, and 70s. So you know what that was. That was the Burbs. He doesn't spend much time... Like, JD took me there, and when he takes me there, he's like, yeah, we used to come down here when we were... You know, my dad used to bring us down here to shop and stuff. Big difference. JD's family was a rich family from St. Clair Shores that owned a grocery store.
Troy was probably up north back then, though.
Well, St. Clair Shores was a lot closer than Hall.
No. My dad grew up in Troy.
Oh, okay. Well, still closer than
16 Mile. But my grandpa was a fucking carpenter, so they weren't spending money like they weren't going to the city to buy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they were, my dad never brought it up, and he never passed it on to us. Like he was like never.
Well, back then, Detroit was a no-no.
Well, it was hockey games. That's the only reason we came to the city, and when we did, we went to the whitest spot we could go to, got on the train,
and that
went to so guess where we went?
And that was when the Olympia was on.
No.
Joe Louis.
Okay. Joe Louis. Guess where we? Because Joe Louis was built the year I was born. So I never seen the Olympia. Olympia was not in my existence. It was Joe Louis the whole time.
The Olympia was great.
I remember.
Oh
I've
my
heard.
God, what a building! These have concerts there too, you know, not just hockey. They had concerts there.
The Joe was pretty fucking cool, though. I liked how you walked up all those stairs so that when you walked in, the rest of it was like down.
Yeah, but the Joe was a garbage can.
Yeah.
The Joe was a garbage can.
It smelled like shit.
It was a garbage can.
So my dad would bring us down to the whitest spot in Detroit.
With like beer and piss.
Eat, go to a game. Can you guess what spot that was? You're talking the 90s.
I don't know.
Greektown?
Yep.
Oh, of course.
We'd always go to Greektown and get the Oopa. That was the thing. It was to get the Oopa. And then you get on the train, and you take the People Mover to the Joe.
Yeah.
I have never rode the People Mover in my life.
So I heard Greektown actually pays the cops. Like the cops
we should do that as a video.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's free.
We're gonna do all downtown.
We can just get on the People Mover, videotape.
It's open for June. And it's free all June. You guys should do that now.
It's $50. It's $1.
Yeah, just reopened it for the first time.
They upped it to $1 now.
I don't know if they upped it to $1.
Yeah,
I don't think you can pay for the first
I don't
time.
do have no stupid rules and regulations like you can't film on there.
No, I don't think so.
They might do. It's a possibility.
Who knows?
Yeah, but we'll find out.
But there ain't no one in each cart.
But you know what?
You can do it.
I'll sneak and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the day. If you go to a Tiger...
It's busy during like Comic-Cons and
They
shit.
got people in the carts.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Security.
If people are standing around.
Oh yeah, like Comic-Con and shit like that. Oh yeah.
There's never a security guard. There's no one. There's no driver. They do it. It's a self-driving thing.
Yeah.
There's no
so
staff.
there's-
bro.
Oh, but there's a guy in there.
No,
There's no staff.
there's no staff.
There is an engineer in the vehicle.
Remember how many
No.
staff were in the fucking
Yes.
About
train?
maybe the front.
It has to be.
No, it doesn't. I'm telling you, it's a fucking self-propelled
Autonomous?
thing. It's autonomous. It's been autonomous for a long time. There's not a dude sitting in the front going ching ching ching. It just does it.
No, I'm serious. He might not be sitting in the front doing that, but he's on board.
No,
in
they
case
have at
something
the
happens.
stations.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Like I
I'm
said,
telling
I've
you.
never rode it, so.
There's nobody in it. When you get in it, there's no. It's literally like getting into a subway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. A subway that's above the ground.
I remember being afraid because after you pay and you go up and like you're waiting, there really is like fucking nobody around.
Nobody, dude. Especially at
I've hopped
night.
in them with my parents
You'll
before
be on that
as a
bitch and
kid,
it'll just be like-
there's nobody in that bitch.
One dude starts coming up the stairs and you're like, oh, I'm just one dude.
Well, you know, it's changed now.
He
I'm
paid $9.50 to come
I'm
around.
sure it's more busy now.
Well, yes.
Because there's more people going downtown and
Well, there's
living
more
downtown.
people live down there.
Yeah, living down there too. And they just announced yesterday they're building in, what's it called, District? They're
This is
building
Detroit, yeah.
two new hotels
Yep.
and 2 new apartment buildings.
What's that? South of the Cash Corridor or something?
Which was supposed to be
That
built
District
a
Detroit is all
long
of
time
the
ago.
stadium.
Well, they're
areas.
breaking ground for it now.
You know, the same with the Hudson building. They can say what they want about COVID, but there's plenty of fucking skyscrapers. Went up
Hopefully
on
they're
this
using
planet.
some of those buildings that
During-
Illich owns. Illich owns a bunch of those shitholes behind
Probably
Little
not.
Caesars.
He's redoing them. He's redone 3 of them already. I saw them. They were beautiful.
Some of those buildings he hasn't put money into in like 30 years though. And
Yeah.
the reason he does that is because it makes it a shittier property.
Yeah, but the ones that he's
He
done,
devalued it on purpose.
I went in
Taxed
2
it
of them.
down.
The ones he's done because the girl lives in one of them. Man, they are. She got winding staircases.
See, once he does put new shit, his taxes are going to be outrageous. So is that why they do like they're trying to get 30 years of lower taxes on the shittier buildings?
Well, they've got a special program in Detroit for low income. They got a special program for that.
They probably do it area by area so they can buy it up.
There's that one house too right next to Little Caesars Arena that.
But I can't knock him. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a billionaire and shit like that, but at least he's helping.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
He's making more.
I was about to say,
We
where is he
basically
making money?
built
There's
it. We
a
built that
documentary
building
on how
for
much
him,
he's, like,
and the
taking
shit that
from
he
the
has to build on
He
his
ain't
own,
paying no
you'll see,
taxes.
that's not gotten built.
That's not what I'm talking about.
That's everything.
I'm talking about the money he's put
American
into youth in
Oh, okay.
Detroit.
The
Actual-
percentage of the money that he's taken out of the city is fractional.
Yeah,
That's my
still.
point. Oh, he put in $100,000.
But still,
But he took out $7 billion.
No, he put in a few,
Okay.
he put in a few million.
You know,
All I'm
he
saying
took
is,
out $1 billion.
so what?
That's a fucking minuscule amount. That means he's taken out a $999 million, and it's like, oh, but he left you $1 billion or $1 million.
Yeah, but
all these fucking buildings.
You're looking at it
Shit
like it's all raw money, and it's not.
No, I'm looking at it as if he's fucking hoarding everything.
No.
When you're hoarding businesses, you hoard all that shit. You don't let actual people buy. He should have sold the shit. That's what he should have done. He should have literally just said, here, I'm not going to do it. Someone else can buy it, and they can make money off of it.
Had to do
So
something.
who was the other somebody?
Had to
There's a
Something better.
fucking 1,000 people who would have bought that property and built something there.
Yeah, but
What do you do?
we did win the right
They sat
thing.
on it.
Yeah, he had a. He had
Who knows?
Well,
They just
right,
having
you know.
one fucking
And where Little
person.
Caesars Arena is now.
That's the
but
point.
they had him for
There's
like
one
30 years
person
just
that
letting them
controls
get
the
run
whole
down,
fucking city.
And it was.
No,
It
it
should be
some sort of-
more than that.
There's more than one.
No.
Yes,
Make
he's
it
not the
like
only
30
one.
years
Him
to
and
get back
Gilbert,
to work.
That's
I'm-
what I was
I'm
saying.
exaggerating.
It's gonna run it down so they buy it up.
They're
Now
black
that
millionaires
all
also
that whole
that
area
invested
is
in
worth what that
Detroit.
whole area became, you know.
A lot of them.
And he's paying
Oh,
taxes
yeah.
out the ass on that.
Not that they're any
So,
better,
I'm sure
but
that
I'm just saying.
now they want to go in the other direction.
You go back 20
Right,
years,
yeah,
and
no,
it's just
it
been all
makes
white
sense.
guys. And we went to Koreans and blacks
still, so
and
behind
Mexicans.
it. Like all
sharing in the
if you're
wealth.
behind Little
You understand what I'm saying?
All that shit in between the
And,
lodge
and
or whatever.
let me tell you
where
something,
there's,
man.
nothing
Detroit
but
schools
quality,
need as
you
much
know?
money as they can
like a
get.
couple of restaurants and
And
stuff in
more.
between that are nice.
Because
That's about
A couple
it.
bars back there, but
that's why they got all new schools.
There's a bunch
Okay,
of-
we got all new schools.
Hold on. But my point is if he'd have sold the property that he didn't fix up to somebody who would have, then the tax money coming from that would have helped the fucking schools. Instead of having this dude sit on
Would have been
Hold on.
it would have increased
He
the
didn't-
value of all the nearby places.
Okay,
that
okay,
they
okay.
bought.
Let me
Which
finish.
means-
Finish. I'm gonna tell you something.
again. He has 4 properties sitting there that are just not doing shit. And he's not paying shit on taxes on those, so that money's not going to the schools. If he had actually broke it up and sold it to investors who wanted to use the properties, and they built something there, then the tax money you get and the revenues you get from that spot now goes to the schools. Instead of saying, oh, well, he donated some money. No. He didn't donate shit. The dude lives in a fucking gold castle with gold toilets while you shit in a fucking hole. And you're like, well, he don't. No. The guy could have basically built every school twice over.
Okay.
He still can.
You know,
That's how much wealth
that
he
was
has
his dad's
just
plan to do
sitting
nothing,
there.
though.
Okay, let me give you my
His
point
dad
of
was
view.
the one that did nothing with it. So let's see what Chris Illich does.
Let me give you my point of view, okay?
Yeah.
He's got programs. He didn't just donate money. He's got programs that last for 10 years to help students get diplomas, get schools.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
I'm
I'm not
saying
through. I'm
that's
not
a
through.
bad thing.
I'm not through. We've had 3 investors come into the city, buy up property, and then disappear. We got a guy from Peru that bought the Packard shit. He bought it 10 fucking years ago. He claimed, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. He ain't done squat.
I got it for $400,000.
$500,000.
Yeah,
He ain't done squat. They're looking for him. They can't find him.
Yeah.
He's hiding in Peru. There's a couple other, a German guy
When
did
that
the same-
fucking bridge fell,
and a German guy
couldn't
did the
find
same
him.
thing. If they don't live here, They don't give a fuck.
That's fine. Then sell
Right,
to
he thought it
people
was
who
going to be
live
another
here.
factory someday, probably. He thought he was going to build the next Model T in Detroit.
Again, instead, it's just Illich not doing shit. So what's the difference?
No, we're not talking about
So
Illich.
Little Caesars
what
does
we
have
were
a bunch
just
of like
talking about.
No, I thought we were-
Wesley's.
I thought we were-
Downtown area that we were talking about, Illich's area, that he owns most of it around the LCA.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the other guy.
Who? Gilbert?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
no,
Gilbert
no.
just built the fucking. We're talking about you were.
I
You
like
guys
Gilbert.
were talking
I
the
don't like
university,
Illich. We're talking
the area
Little
around
The
Caesars.
district.
the district
Detroit.
that's supposed to be built up.
Yeah,
All that
but
stuff.
they
We gave him a huge tax. We gave him a ton of money to build a building, and then with that money, he was supposed to use it to invest in the rest of the buildings around
Kid
it
Rock
that
was
he
supposed to have that
owns.
restaurant and shit.
He does.
Oh,
It's
he
in-
does.
but it's in LCA. The only thing there is the shit that's in LCA.
Yeah, it's-
Everything else around it besides the condos is garbage. And he owns all that. My point is, if he had sold pieces to other people.
Is this you?
And again, you're going to get the one guy that doesn't do anything with it, but the other four guys
Chill.
will.
maybe.
Maybe not.
Like it.
Maybe.
He's not.
Chill.
Investors are
Yeah,
fickle.
it's alright.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Water, please.
Because they have to make so much fucking money.
Yeah,
we have a
see.
system set up on profit to where if you don't win, you fucking lose. Instead
You know
of
what, dude?
just doing shit for the better good of society, you have to win it.
Well,
At bare minimum, he could be taking all those
What'd you guys think of
empty
that?
lots and just renting them to the
Did we
Indian
just
guys who
smoke?
sell parking.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, the first hit was like lemon lime, like crazy as hell. It was good.
He had a good taste.
it's got an earthy
Tastes good.
taste to
I
me.
thought it
It's
was-
very earthy.
I liked it.
I'm not crazy about the taste, but it's not bad.
I like
But
it.
it's not my taste.
It like went away.
But
fast, though.
I would smoke it again. I'd smoke it again.
I enjoyed it. I thought the taste was good, but I tend to like sweeter stuff. I don't know. Did it have some sweetness to it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
A little bit.
it was a cross
A
of,
little bit.
It was citrus,
it
yeah.
was a La Creme cross.
A little bit.
With what that?
Now, how old was that?
I don't know, it's supposed to be trimmed up on Monday.
Oh,
Not even.
okay.
Not even dry.
That's what I thought. That's why I asked that question.
Not cured.
No, it was something I was
Forced
going to
to.
smoke and I just had to forget about
It's
it.
got that little green taste coming up my tongue right now.
A little moisture in there somewhere.
You know, green, when something isn't cured yet, it has
Still
a little
alive.
aftertaste. It has a little aftertaste.
Or Phil.
It's
I don't know.
screaming because you're
I'm just a
brain alive.
simpleton. I
No,
don't,
oh, you?
I don't
You're a
understand.
simpleton. What's that make me?
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand like money's not real anymore. It's just something we make up.
I wish that was true.
I mean, I know.
Like
The
a
thing
bar.
is it doesn't make sense how much.
We
how
could
you
make money tomorrow. If we have enough people to go along with it.
Yeah, right.
You can
I
make
mean,
money.
you've seen it when you were in Sweden. When you're in Sweden, the dollar doesn't do shit. You can't just go spend $100. Like
interesting
$100 bill
take.
is useless.
It was so weird looking at price tags.
Yeah, there's that.
When you're
But-
shopping with Brian, you're like, is this a good deal for this present for somebody? You know? I don't know what 354 Royal Crowns means.
Oh yeah, their money. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's $13, dude. You're cool.
Yeah. And see, like all those countries have like, you know, 100,000 this, and you be like, well, 100,000.
Because of their
Then you
inflation.
find it's $20. You be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Some of them, their money's just been around so much longer than ours.
Yeah.
They can't keep it balanced. But Mexico doesn't have that excuse, and there's like
No.
10,000 pesos to $1 because their shit just ain't worth
Well,
it.
they stopped making the peso.
Did they?
Yeah.
Where you going with
Oh,
dollars?
wait, hold on. They stopped making the penny. That's their peso, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
they stopped
whatever,
making.
yeah.
They stopped
Peso.
making it. Yep. They stopped
Because
making.
it's 1/100th of a penny.
They stopped making it. They said it had
Oh
no
my
use.
God, it's
And we're gonna discontinue the penny. I think next year
So we would go and change out
Actually
like
costs
$10
us
at the
more money
hotel
to make a
because
penny.
you'd want to have cash on you while you're walking around
Who
downtown.
even use pennies anymore? I
We give them
don't.
$10, they give us like 10,000 fucking pesos. But then you want to buy like a slice of pizza from some dude like off the street at a little pizza stand. He's like 5,000 pesos. You know, it's only your $5, but you're like, damn, I gotta give him that knot. You know, like, well, let me flip through these
Just be
pesos. I got them in
inconvenient.
hundreds.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn the denominations for the Philippines and Cambodia. You
Philippines
know,
is peso.
Well, no. Yes. But the Philippines honor the dollar
You meet a lot of Filipinos named like Rodriguez and Sanchez because there's
Because
a
they-
huge Spanish
because they're
influence.
together.
Well, Spain took
Their
over for a long
languages.
time.
I think it's called Messiah, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But it's just like Smash.
Oh, nice.
They have identical words.
There's a lot of cool ass shit they trace to the
Because
Philippines.
my girlfriend found me again. She found me this morning.
Did you try to lose her again?
I was trying on purpose. My phone fucked up.
Jesus Christ.
But she's good, man. She found my
I don't
ass.
understand how you have so much trouble with the phone.
I go through about 4 phones a year.
You need to buy an iPhone.
Well,
I'm telling you,
That's
you
gonna
want
change it. That's gonna change everything.
Yeah, they're fucking indestructible.
Yeah, my phone's sweet.
Then you add a case and you're fucking golden. Like, they are unbreakable.
Really.
I dropped it in my fucking tub. Literally, I was
In the water.
I had it up here,
In the-
taking a shower. I had it up here because the reason I have it in a case is because it's very slippery. So if I set it on the ledge, it like
I got
slip
you.
off.
Right to fall off.
So it slipped off and it fell 5 feet.
Really?
It's the fucking nothing wrong with it.
And then we get viruses. And
Maybe I
shit.
should get one.
They just run better.
Mine has like 2 cameras on it. His has 3.
I got
They're
3
all
on
less than
mine.
you.
Oh, you got a newer one, huh? Finally.
All I got
This
is 2
motherfucker was
cameras.
It's
rocking
a
around.
12 or something.
You were rocking around with a 6 for a long time.
Well, I bought the 6S when it was new, and then I bought the 6S again when that one died, like 4 years later or whatever. Because the 6S was like the biggest. I think S just meant slim. I think it was thinner than the regular 6, but the 6 was the
almost
biggest.
And where am I gonna get this money for this
Yeah.
iPhone you're telling me to get?
That was the one that I
That
kept
was
breaking
about
at
I
12.
mean, how much do you spend on a
I had 2
fucking
different
phone
bump clips
every
for them.
time?
Broke them both because the phone was too big.
This one here cost me
It fucking
$90.
snaps the clip.
So
$90.
That's why it's gonna break. So if you spend $25 a month,
But for a track,
And that's been what?
an extra $20 a month on your bill, they'll give you an iPhone.
In installments?
Yeah.
with like 500.
You can do it. I'm
Or you go-
I
'cause
do
there's
mine
certain-
through Metro PCS.
There's other ones that
you no phone.
That's
for
Metro
$20.
PCS. You pay more
month.
for the phone,
You
but
gotta
they
pay something down, don't you?
no, it's I literally
That's
because
crazy.
they have plans now where you just pay $25 a month and every time there's a new iPhone you bring
You
in
know
a
what?
phone and you get a new one.
He's right, because that chick that used to stay with me named Pebbles,
$20.
she got an iPhone. She paid every. I
$20
don't know what she paid, but she paid every month. It couldn't have been a lot of money. She didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
It was $20 for the basic version. It's like
I just saw that the
$30
other day. There
for
was like
one
2
iPhone,
iPhones for $60 a
which
month.
is the Pro. So
T-Mobile,
the size and
something.
the one whatever you buy will determine. But yeah, it's around 20. You can get an iPhone for $20 a month.
Well,
Well,
you
look
don't
at-
go
look
to
into
What's your
this.
service?
Hmm?
Do
What's
you
your
use Metro
service?
PC?
Metro?
No,
Okay, I use Metro
Oh, I
also.
got Verizon.
Metro does iPhone shit.
I got a little.
Oh, you got
Is it-
Metro? and
What's
you
up,
got
Uncle
iPhone?
Dean?
What's
You
up?
had to pay for that though.
So it's funny because there's places here where I don't have service, like in Franklin, like in the middle of fucking 12 Mile and Telegraph. I can't get any service because
Why?
You got
Franklin
Metro
must have
PCS.
like
Because it's
blockers or
Metro
something. I don't
PCS.
know.
Metro PCS,
Yeah.
and they don't like poor people in Franklin.
Well, Metro PCS is from.
I'm with
the
Metro
Red Center.
PCS, right?
You
You
get
don't
like
go to
50 miles from
Franklin.
the Red Center.
I go everywhere.
You don't go to Franklin
I was in Franklin 2 weeks ago.
for what?
Your
A
service.
friend of mine lives in Franklin.
Oh,
And your
I
service
forgot
is
you
priced.
have
He
all-
lives in a condo thing there. Really nice.
Telegraph?
He's got money.
It's a small little.
It's in the village.
Okay.
He lives right in the
Downtown.
village.
I've never even been.
By
I've
the
only
fire
drove through it
department?
one time.
That's
Oh
cool.
man,
It's right by
nice.
Cranbrook.
Man, it's
Yeah.
nice.
That's a cool date spot.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's
I mean, it's Birmingham.
Yeah, it's where the rich people live.
Yeah. It's
Franklin
where-
has some mansions. The dude who owned Great Lakes Crossing Mall lived in Franklin. Because some of those houses have a lot of property. It's like a mansion in the middle of half an acre. You know.
Yeah, Woodward's got some money on it.
Oh no shit.
It's amazing. Like, there's another.
Cranbrook
dimension-
is on Woodward.
There's another dimension where Woodward is all skyscrapers, like fucking New York. Like where they actually did it right, and they kept the city in the city and the farm in the farm,
M1.
and all this fucking M1's just skyscrapers all the way down.
Another
there's a-
dimension.
So the man and woman, the man who designed the streets of Detroit, because Detroit's the first planned road city, and the man who did that, his name was Woodward, and his wife got to name most of them, he let her name everything, but they weren't allowed to name M1 because M1 was named after Woodward. So the the number one road.
Michigan fruit. Yeah, I mean it's a decent design.
So they
for
named all the
port,
spokes, they named
carriages.
Gratiot.
Like if you
Dequender.
if in this city, the reason I say this,
Van Dyke.
it's a universe
Shane,
where
what do you think that
basically
Yeah,
Shane.
say no.
instead of having cars take over the world in
Almost
this
GPS can't figure it
like
out.
Detroit area, it was
Yeah, we got some cool names.
They left
actually.
the fucking public transit.
Shiawassee or whatever.
Did you what?
They left the
Street
public
that,
transit.
What's that one?
Oh,
off
okay.
the 8 Mile heading
Charlevoix.
I think.
We're in two different conversations here.
Shastaball or
Yeah, I
some
know. That's why I
shit. No,
stopped.
that's up there.
So you know,
Sorry, guys.
Man,
Yeah.
Charlevoix.
We're
So,
just
like,
doing drugs over here.
the Davison,
Yeah.
the Davison, 6 Mile, McNichols, all those areas are just set up for fucking places. They're not set up for cars. They're set up for trains. They're set up for having
Horses.
Like Indian
not
Village.
like-
Indian Village is set up for.
You mean,
horses.
you mean since they changed 6 Mile?
No. I'm saying like that whole area you look at, the old stuff.
Like the Boston Edison district, you go down between the
Like
houses.
Woodward
the
itself
alleys.
is set up
The
for
garages
fucking
face
train.
the alleys.
It needs
and
to
the
have a
doors for
train
the
that
garages
comes
are
up
like
and
big
down all the way
doors for
down.
houses.
Like if it
Yeah.
went,
just for
we
horses.
wouldn't have the problems we have.
You put your horse in the
We
stable.
wouldn't have
We had that
a section of Detroit that's just empty.
Big old barns. Barn size.
I wonder if they
doors
had
that
garbage
open.
collection. When you had horse and buggy, did you go drop your garbage off at the incinerator or something?
What do you?
Did they have garbage men back then?
No.
No, you had an incinerator.
They barely had.
Burn-
firemen.
Every house had an
You
incinerator.
didn't.
Oh,
you,
yeah,
well, you
but
just
you're
burned
right,
it.
yeah.
You had a coal chute, you had a milk chute, and you had an
So I
incinerator.
still see a lot of those incinerators that are like the
Door.
more modern ones, like the ones from the 60s, because those are illegal. When we see them, if we
What is
can
illegal?
the incinerators,
Yeah,
We're
you
not-
just that's
Yeah.
to burn stuff.
we're
on
not
there.
allowed to do any kind of work on them
No.
if people have them in their house.
Parkside has one.
Yeah, but you
basement.
don't, they don't use it.
I know. It's just in the wall.
All the houses have
I
it.
guess they're responsible for countless fucking fires. They burn the shit out of houses.
Of course it would be. You're
Yeah.
fucking burning your
you're
truck.
not-
Not really. Not really.
If they're
Not
not
really.
maintained and
Yeah,
controlled.
No.
maintain them correctly.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an incinerator.
You breathe and all that shit.
It wasn't. It was just a little thing.
Yeah, it's
It's
okay,
the mall.
The one in the
Connected to the
basement.
chimney though, right?
Metal.
Yeah, it goes up a
its own-
flue.
yeah,
It's
it
a
does.
flue that goes up.
Because
Yeah.
it's in the side. It's actually, if you look at the one in the furnace
Hooked up
is
to a
here.
gas line.
Furnace is here. The wall's there, and it's got like a square that's probably this
So
big.
it'd be like the same
with a
room as
metal
your water heater.
metal
Yeah, I've seen them.
where you can shut, where it shuts and it seals, and it's got the gas thing, like all the levers and everything. But I don't think it works.
No, it doesn't work because there's no energy going to it.
So they wouldn't have electric start. So would people hand start it? Would people light
Electric
up?
start.
Probably had.
Well, they
pilot
wouldn't
light.
have. They'd have
Yeah,
a gas
they'd have
pilot, but would
They had,
people?
they had a fucking ignition.
Electric start is like a push button.
They had
Would they
pilot
have-
light, bro?
Yeah. Would you light it yourself?
No, probably pilot. Like,
Pilot means it's lit all the time.
Yeah.
It's
It's probably set up like a
a.
fucking.
And they just turn it on.
They had
Just turn
different
it on.
kinds. They had the
Yeah.
kind that was like that, then they had the kind that,
So
was,
people were incinerating shit.
that you
every
just
day.
incinerated with whatever energy you were using.
So just a couple things. You didn't.
You just couldn't use gasoline.
Again, most people don't throw shit away that by this point.
Well, I see them hooked up.
Plus,
to
people
natural
back
gas
then didn't have
lines.
all the shit either.
Hold on, I heard somebody talking about fast food. Their memory of fast food, and one of the things they remember is he remembers getting. It was the way they got fucking food Chinese. Is you would show up to the Chinese place with your fucking crock with your pot.
Oh,
They
nice.
fill it up. You put the lid on it, and you go home. And you
You're
come
you're going back to the 50s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before pizza was delivered, before they really
Nice.
started a delivery service, before to go stuff.
That's how
they
you used to
didn't
get
have.
That's
the waste
America
we
was
have.
built
Yeah,
by
and all those
fucking
containers.
restaurants not
Yeah.
needing to fucking.
That's how you got
waste
beer.
A bunch of shit. Yeah.
What?
They deliver beer in like paint cans.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, and you order your beer.
1 gallon.
Your 60 ounce, yeah.
Or the
Your gallon or 2
rollers.
gallon.
Big old glass rollers.
This was gassy. What was this?
Yeah, it was very gassy.
Blast chiller.
What is it?
Blast chiller.
All right, not
Interesting.
bad.
I just call
Interesting.
it bee chiller.
That was pretty gassy.
Mm.
No. The same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool little holder.
Yeah, this thing's dope. It's waterproof and shit. And then you put your.
That's nice.
in
I
the
like
bottom.
that.
It's
I've got a metal one.
That's cooler than the one I bought. I bought a waterproof joint holder. The only time I ever used it was at Fox's wedding. But I did throw like 9 cones in that bitch, so it can hold.
Yeah, it only holds 5.
That's enough.
Yeah.
What do you do?
size.
Yours is sweet how they're separated. Mine, it's just a wide open thing when you open
You
it.
just lay them in there.
It's bigger than that, so it doesn't fit the.
I got a little wire, a little thing that holds the joints in. Then I close it.
Oh
up.
yeah, like rubber band.
No, it's not a rubber band. It's a piece of metal.
Oh, metal. Okay, yeah. The cigarette holders I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
That's what
smooth,
it
you
is.
have
A
the
cigarette holder.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's what it is.
kinda
Those are
nice.
smooth.
I just
yeah.
put joints in it.
Just went 2 rows of those.
I remember a girl gave it to me. She gave it to me. I said, "What? A cigarette?
It's a
I
cool
don't
gift,
want this
though.
shit." You know.
Yeah, right.
You know. I didn't say it to her. You know.
Yeah, you
But then
just-
one day I was rolling joints and I looked over and I said, "What?"
You're like, I can fill this with weed.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's dope. Where'd you put the map, bro? You're supposed to have it on camera.
What?
Dad pad.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
Braden too.
So I ended up getting fired yesterday morning.
What? You got fired?
Yeah.
He's lying.
No, I did. I got a job interview set up though.
See what I'm saying?
But
He knew.
part of the job, or part of me getting fired though, the first thing my boss said was, so someone had told him that I was going to a job interview, because I knew I was going to take this job.
Get the fuck out of here.
But he goes,
That's still no reason.
he goes, I feel like I'm your girlfriend, and I just walked in, and you got someone else in our bed. Anyways,
shit.
Lord.
Oh, that's
You worked there
fucked
for 10 years
But
or
there's-
something, didn't you?
no, 2 years. There's another reason why I got fired though. I started at this place like right when COVID happened. My other boss fired me right when COVID happened.
Oh, the plumbing
I'm
job?
eligible for unemployment though if I don't take this other job this week. But
Sure.
this other job this week is a
on there?
commercial. It's commercial plumbing. So I go back to new construction, like doing hotels and shit. Like today we set 5 toilets. Tomorrow we're gonna set 3 bathtubs. You know, fucking
Oh, easy stuff.
start off doing all the drains and all the pipes and the walls. I specialize in copper work. I love copper work, but I'm probably gonna go back to doing a lot of plastic now.
Yeah, you will.
But
Especially new construction.
so he has a laborer that drives him from Flint, and he's in Waterford, the shop. So he was telling me he'd give me a company truck, and I could just go to whatever supplier I want because there's a bunch of them here. I would probably go to. There's a bunch right at like 696 in DeQuinder and shit. But then I would be going out to job sites and have my laborer meet me out there. So I currently make $22 an hour. The job I just got fired. And I told this guy I need to make $30 an hour. And it sounded right to him. We're gonna go have breakfast and talk about it. But this is a foreman position. I need to be able to read blueprints. So I'm gonna take him one of like my 60,000 square foot building blueprints from Gallagher from when I did fire suppression. One of my mock-ups, you know, because I would turn in a pretty one, but I would have one that I'm working with the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I go take in one of the ones I was working with the whole time. But
So you do blueprints?
yeah, so if I have a blueprint and a laborer, man, we can plumb some shit. We'll get some shit done. I don't have a plumbing license. I'm an apprentice with 4,700 hours in my apprenticeship. I need 6,000 before I can take.
You do the mechanical drawing too?
No, he would have someone for that though.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to somebody else at that
I used to do
company,
that.
so I'm sure he has his.
I had it
his
in
guy.
school, mechanical drawing.
Hey, by the way, I noticed
What?
it's the first time you walked in here with not having some kind of sugary drink.
Oh, my water.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
First time he's
But
walked
then you
in.
give
I
him
didn't
one.
even get to drink it.
But I
yeah,
give
it's
him
only
something.
5 grams,
But
right?
the point is, it's a substitute. I wanted him to try it, so
Right, so you don't have to drink
He's
that.
My
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
just went
Shit.
grocery shopping and she bought all kinds of shit. I got to try to figure out how to make a smoothie. I should probably talk to you about it, but she's got like bag of spinach and all kinds of.
Yep.
Me like almond
more
milk.
vegetables.
How do I
and
make?
fruit.
So do I throw a lot of spinach in my smoothie?
Yes,
Like,
as much as you can.
how do I make a spinach-based smoothie? In your idea?
You take as much spinach as you can stand. You take and then you add the fruit you need to
Like an
get it.
apple or
Maybe
banana.
one apple.
we
Maybe
got
a banana.
pineapple. We got strawberries.
Maybe some peanut butter, like good peanut butter, not fucking.
No, raw
I got
honey,
Jif.
man.
I got Jif that's not
honey.
recalled.
But
My
he,
Jif
hold on,
is
he needs
not
to
a
get
bad
off the
batch.
sugar before he gets back on it. He needs to take. He
Raw
needs
honey's
to.
different though. That ain't sugar. It's like time released.
I know, but
I throw
And it
honey in
has
tea all the
good
time.
bacteria.
I do
what
take in
is
honey.
it? Raw honey?
I don't know. We get local honey.
Okay.
We like
It's
local honey.
unpasteurized.
Because local honey helps you with local allergies and shit like
Yes,
that.
that's what you need.
A little bit of honey and a little bit of virgin olive oil. It's really good for you.
Have you ever heard of the Greek remedy? They used to give their kids whatever illness they had. They wanted to get garlic in their system. They would mince up the garlic and get
Yeah.
it like juicy. But then a kid doesn't want to take a spoonful of garlic,
Oh,
so they
that's
give them a
rough.
spoonful of honey. So they throw the honey, the garlic
Yeah.
in the honey, and it goes right down their throat, and they don't even fucking.
Yep.
If they tell them not to. try
Honey is a
to,
beautiful thing, man. Honey is a beautiful
They call it
thing.
the Greek remedy.
I tell you something else that's really good for you. It's called turmeric. It's really
Singers
good
use
for
honey
you.
when
Yeah, I
they
got
when they got a
pills.
You know
sale.
why? That's why I eat a
Mustard.
lot of mustard.
Pills.
Mustard.
I eat a ton of mustard because I'll like if I have a hot dog sit because tomorrow I'm golfing, so I'll be on the course, and if I decide to eat a hot dog, I'm gonna grab it, but I'm gonna grab 5 packs or 6 packs of mustard. And I'm
Mustard.
just gonna fucking
Slather.
to the
Slather
point
it.
where I have to have like multiple napkins because I know I'm gonna get it all over my face.
Why?
Yeah.
For turmeric?
Yeah, well, I like mustard, and it helps like
Take
in
an
my.
extract pill or something.
Well, I mean, I like mustard.
I buy it. I buy it in its purest
I
form.
like mustard,
I
but
buy it.
not that much.
I buy it on a powder, and I take spoonful
Oh, yeah.
every morning.
Damn,
I'll
Yeah.
that must
wait
taste
with your
terrible,
buddy.
right?
What he's trying to
I
get
get used to it. It's not that bad.
Yeah, what would you
As
get?
long as you don't inhale while you're trying to take it.
Oh god,
But
yeah.
mustard's
Other than that,
diuretic too.
There's nothing to it.
Mustard helps you pass shit, doesn't it?
It's in a lot of food. man.
Mustard's just vinegar and mustard seed.
Yeah,
I think vinegar is good for helping you.
Vinegar?
Yeah, that's what I
Does
was
it-
shit. Vinegar in it.
If you have Mediterranean food, turmeric is in a lot of Mediterranean food.
Yeah, you love that shit now.
They say that's the healthiest diet.
Yep, one of them.
If
Yep.
you
So
can
do
eat
pickles
that
help
every
your
day,
shit too if it's vinegar?
yeah, probably. That's why pickles are good for you if they don't have all that other shit in it.
Yep.
Help you scrub.
The problem is when you go buy a pickle, it's got like 15 things you can't pronounce as preservatives to make sure it stays good.
Yeah,
'Cause
shelf life, man.
shelf life.
Dude, the other day I thought I was giving myself a hernia because I had a.
Let me tell you something about that shelf life thing in pickles.
But
Let me
ended
tell
up
you.
coming from coughing.
Anything pickled lasts forever.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I remember in the old days,
That's how you say
they would have a jar this big
Eggs and shit.
full of pickles.
Oh yeah.
And people, they take a pickle out. That
Big
is,
ones.
sometimes that jar would be old as hell. And they keep putting new pickles in it.
Oh, they
Into the same old pickle juice.
Damn.
But it made a hell of a pickle.
I bet it was so good.
And ain't
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
in a little
It
bit
is
of
like
vinegar.
more
Alright,
garlicky and
so
shit.
hold on. You got me thinking. So I want, cause I think if I'm gonna, cause I've got the dough down. Like we've already got that, right? The dough, the sauce is good,
Right, right.
but the dough's what it is.
You're talking about the pizza right
Pizza,
now.
yeah.
Right.
So the dough's right.
I'd agree.
Oh man. That was
So-
on point, yeah.
The pepperoni's the question.
That's just
I think a
salami,
real
just
kicker
better
is make
salami.
it yourself.
The pepperoni.
Make beef
Holy cow.
and pork. Pepperonis.
Yeah,
the
you need
spices.
the right blend, you're right.
Well, you need the
Yeah.
spices.
Well, that's
So
what
is
I'm
that
saying.
kosher or non-kosher?
No, it's more of
Can't be
beef and-
kosher.
Well, if it's beef is kosher.
Salted beef and not
If it's
salted
beef, it's
pork.
kosher, isn't? Oh, it can be kosher.
It can be kosher.
It's not
Salted
automatically
beef.
kosher.
Salted beef
But you can't
and
have
not salted
that.
pork.
What?
Any salami has fat in it, and it's always coming from pork, I thought.
I don't know
What?
about that.
Salami,
There's
those
fat in
little white
beef.
chunks.
There's plenty of fat in beef.
Yeah, you're right, I guess.
I guess you can have beef salami or you can have pork salami. I
As long as
guess.
it's an
Beef salami
American
would
cow,
be
not
terrible.
Most
like
of it,
a
yeah, most
You
of
get
it's
pork
pork.
is best.
But the point is you can make a beef pepperoni.
Yeah,
Because
we
again,
don't
you're
get
just
that.
looking for the flavor or the
There's
spices.
restaurants that make their own bacon that smoke the
You don't want to be
pork
pushing
and
red
then
meat.
Why would you make beef
Slice it.
pepperoni?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're down on the swine or you don't want swine and you're
You
No,
don't
no,
use
no,
to
no,
make
no,
it
no,
kosher,
no, no.
maybe.
Both.
just get really good Italian pepperoni. Just pick a place. There's a lot of places around here that make their own pepperoni. And are
No,
great at it.
no. That's
Yeah,
my
maybe,
point though.
yeah.
But the selling point is we make our own.
Everything in house.
Everything's made
Yep,
in house.
yep.
So
That's-
I go
that's
and
a
buy
good
all the
selling point.
pork.
Doesn't
That
it
is-
take
I go
like
out buy
3
all the
months
spices.
now?
What? Yeah, I think so.
Because then
my
people
point. It
who
takes a
have
minute.
never had
It's
it
one of those
before and
things
see
that's
that are
gonna
going to be
have
like,
to
When you
"Oh,
gonna
I've never
start?
had that before."
You gotta
Kinda
start.
good.
But that can be one of the things you fucking sell too. Is you put the stage right there for everyone to see.
Yeah, make them make it right in front of it.
Well, not even make it. It's just this. This
Well, it's
is the
hanging
fucking.
there at
It's
least.
hanging there.
Well,
for-
yeah, if you're making your own sausages, you can be making your own bruschettas too, also, and you can be selling. You
Yeah,
know,
bruschetta is something that no one's really making and selling. It seems like it's like a missed market.
Well, I mean,
but it's
Yeah,
just
man.
drying meat in certain
it's
ways.
one
You
of
can
those
have
things
an
that
area
you
where you're
do
hanging
as a
meat.
specialty. Like
Behind
if I'm
the
gonna
coated
do this,
plastic wall.
there's gonna be a day where you're gonna come in and it's gonna be It's gonna be a fucking Big Mac pizza. That's gonna be the special for the day. Because you're gonna
Okay.
see a Big Mac pizza with.
Thousand Island.
It's got
cheddar.
fucking.
Yeah, hippies
It's a
got
Big
that
Mac,
shit.
whole
American
pizza.
cheese,
They got
ground
that,
beef.
but
You
they
can
don't
just
have
copy
it.
their recipe. It
Well, it's not even
good.
copy. It's just
I think I
basic.
had it
Lettuce,
I
here.
did it.
tomato,
I did it
onion,
myself already. Here.
Special
Oh, you
sauce
already
on a
did it?
sesame
Yeah.
seed
With
bun.
mustard?
So you sesame
No, I
seed
did it
the,
with,
Oh, you didn't put no mustard?
I got Thousand Island.
Your crust definitely has to be sesame seed.
All right.
Well, there's no crust
Make a
because it's a
Whopper
fucking
one.
cheese. It's a Detroit style.
Well, then you're sesame seed and something.
Yeah, I'm going to. I did.
It's
I
not
sesame
sesame
seeded
seed
the
bun.
fucking outside.
The rim. Yeah.
Yeah, where the cheese is.
The
You make a
caramelized
Whopper,
shit.
fuck the Big Mac. Because then you can put your...
You could also have a
You
Whopper.
know, every month,
Mustard.
every month it could be something different.
That's a good one
That's
too.
So there
Better
wouldn't be
Thousand
special
Island.
sauce. See, I'm different. I like
There would be
Thousand
special
Island.
sauce.
No,
It would
what
be
makes a
ketchup
Big
and
Mac?
mustard.
No,
No,
hold
with
on.
mayo.
What makes it
Mayo,
is a
yeah,
fucking
you're right.
pickle.
Yeah,
The pickle
pickles.
makes it.
Ooh,
When you're
yeah.
eating a Big Mac pizza, if they have the right pickles and they have pickles on it, that's where it's at.
Well,
'Cause
in
you
Thousand
need to have
Island,
that
there's
pickle
relish
and the
too.
onion bite.
You can make your own Thousand Island, which is just ketchup, mayo, and relish.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we'll do. We'll make a special
Yeah,
sauce.
you definitely make your own sauce.
But who cares? That's irrelevant. I'm just, you're gonna see one that you'll see. The
Okay.
Whopper's a good idea too. You put diced tomato on top, lettuce,
Make
onion,
your own pickles.
and pickles
Make
They
your
have
own
ketchup
with
and mustard.
mayo and ketchup
Yeah.
as your
pickles.
toppings.
Easy to make, man.
Well, yeah, pickles are easy to make, and I'm growing a bunch of.
You can make them
cucumbers.
garlicky or whatever.
I
Cucumbers
want to
grow
learn.
great
I
here.
want to make pickles. I'm gonna start. I want to pickle eggs.
You want a pickle? Yeah,
Oh,
pickle
pickle
eggs,
eggs.
Dude, I
pickle
want pickled
pickles,
eggs so bad. I'm gonna learn how to pickle me some eggs.
pickle some wheat, some buds.
That way
I
I
don't know
can
about that.
grab a
I
fucking.
thought
I had a
that
buddy
was
who's
gonna
growing
say,
meat.
dude, we're
It
not
seems
pickling
like such a
cannabis.
waste.
No,
You got me
brought all
piss
this
and shit
shit
the last
up.
night.
That don't make no sense.
You're only allowed to
Shit
eat the
don't
first nug. You're never allowed to eat the last nug.
What?
Joints everywhere.
What I want to do is dip a plant in fucking polyurethane though. And so,
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? The whole plant.
I know a girl used to do that.
No way.
She would make these artificial flowers, and then she would do that. And they'd harden them. They'd hard, but they'd be
Good
You want to see
beautiful.
live shit.
Yeah,
And
forever.
she'd sell them at art fairs.
Dude, if we dip plants, we could sell those
No,
bitches at
Chelsea's been
CanCon.
working with resin lately.
Dude,
I've been
see,
waiting.
yeah.
I've been.
You know
I
what?
haven't put the idea in her head yet because I've.
Start with a little nug.
You know
start
what?
with a
Yeah,
nug.
yeah.
She starts getting better and she's
You could
playing with
sell.
it.
You could sell them as Christmas trees.
So she
Oh
can put
my
a shot glass with that
God.
resin, put a
You
nug
could
right in the
sell-
middle,
oh my
and
God.
then you can
Video
buff
off
it
and
with a
delete
little
it.
Dremel.
No
And
shit.
so you have like a perfectly round little.
Do right on the place we talking
babies.
about. Yeah, and sell them
Yeah.
as Christmas trees.
Have 'em lit
That would be
up.
autos. You
No,
do that
you
with
can do it
autos.
with anything you want.
I know, but
Oh,
it
you
would
want
be-
buds on it, don't you?
yeah, you want buds on it, so you want
Just
to do it with
flower,
autos.
Whatever.
one right from
But it'd
seed.
be slick, man.
A photo.
You couldn't keep them. You
You're
sell
right.
out.
Autos be
You
easier.
sell. You,
With
you
that
sell
resin she
everything
does, you can
make,
put a
you
little
sell.
nug in a shot glass and resin it up, and then buff that bitch out and make it a fucking jewel for a necklace.
Yeah,
You'd
you
have
can do
little-
anything
alright,
with that
little
resin.
fucking-
So this is
nuts.
where my 10 years ago, I tried to imagine what cannabis, like if they legalized it to the point where it should be like a tomato plant. Basically, you would walk into a grow plate, like autos, make it so you can come in and you come to the place. I want one that's got 2 weeks left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I give you. Is I give you a 5
price would
gallon
be more.
or a 3 gallon that's got 2 weeks left, and it's an auto flower that you just have to water.
But then it would cost like $200 because we already fucking grew it.
Well, wouldn't you give them
That's
based
fine,
on
that's
what
fine,
season?
but people would pay. That's my point. People would pay that shit though.
That's
Wouldn't
true.
you?
Yeah, 'cause
Not
you.
you.
Can finish it off.
You, but
Not
somebody.
me, but me at 15.
You can
would.
just put it on your back porch. Just toss it on your back porch,
Yep.
and then within 2 weeks, less maybe, it's done.
Yep.
It's ready to go, just like you would with a tomato or a tree. You buy a tree in the same
Yeah,
way.
it's like 40 days to harvest.
You know how they sell those
Yeah.
those things? You get it. It's dirt and seeds, and the whole plant grows in
Chia
it.
patch.
Well, it's not
Oh,
chia.
the
It's an
afro grows
actual
in the-
plant
It's
that
the
grows.
herb gardens, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they're spraying grass and they're just spraying that dirt mixture of fucking seed and dirt and shit.
I'm
Huh?
charging.
That's one of the ways that they do grass if they're
For
not
lawns.
seeded. Yeah, for a brand new house. They got a truck with a
I
big
wanna-
ass hose just spraying a dirt mixture.
But yeah, I think
Seeds and
that'll
shit.
be like, and you'll get it. You'll be able to do it like in the beginning of the year. You'll be able to go and you would be able to go and buy 40 fucking little
Yeah.
babies of either clones.
Or photos.
Or seedlings.
whatever you want.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they, like you do not, like I just did with these tomato plants. They were like this fucking tall. I just transplanted them and boom.
That's a common question though when you're talking to people who are interested in weed or smoking weed. Like a lot of people ask about how can I get a plant? How can I grow for myself? You know,
Well, everybody wants
in
to
the
do it.
do-it-yourself fucking era,
But-
everybody
Yeah.
wants
They
to.
Very
just
few
gotta figure
people
out
succeed.
the startup
yeah, but
costs.
it's not that. It's more about the backyard. Like it's gonna be
Right.
when it's
It's gonna almost self do
when you're
itself.
gonna be able to do
Or
it in
in
your
your windowsill.
windowsill.
You won't have to do shit.
Yeah.
I was at
A week
Harvard.
later or 2 weeks later, bam, there it is.
Yeah, it's already in flush. All you gotta do is
Or
dump water.
you can come get it and it's got 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it depends on what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can give you a baby,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do it all
Yep.
yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
I was at a house a few weeks ago, and they had a water leak at their water meter, and they had it turned off on the city side, and they had the city come out and turn water off, even though it wasn't necessary for the city to turn water off because the city side water meter worked. But they had us out to replace everything at the water meter, but they had a grow op going, and they had all the different stages and different rooms and shit, you know, and we had to go through a couple rooms to get to the water meter, and like they had, you know, everything they had looked dry as fuck to me, and I was talking to them like, how long's their water been off? Their water's been off for like a week.
Oh,
it's like they didn't want to call the city. It's like the city never even came in the house. Like it's like if your water was turned off, just call a fucking plumber. Like their leak was on the other side, and it was a shut-off valve that was leaking at like a packing nut that could have been easily fucking tightened down.
How do you not just go turn your water back on if the city shuts
They were a
it
young
off?
couple. They didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But you
They
have a pipe
no,
wrench,
they
turn
made
that bitch
they
back
made
on.
an appointment for the city to come turn it off, and we met the same day and like did all the repairs they needed. But they had turned that shit off themselves like a week earlier. We're afraid to turn it on. And when we got there, we're like, we don't even need the city to come out here. We can just start doing repairs. When the city gets here, we'll change that one too. Fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
Get them a brand new city one. But it was fucked up. We got their water on quick for them. You know, like when the city got there, we told the guy, we're like, hey, we're all set up for you, man. So
But
if
a
you
week
want to turn it
without
off,
water, that's a long time.
yep,
Dude, you would sell out.
4 or
in
5
cities.
days or something.
Like think about how great the world would smell if you're like if that's the way it was in Royal Oak right now, because they got all those porches and everything.
Right,
They put up all
right.
these new sky rises with condos and shit in them.
Big terraces.
Every balcony's got 2 or 3 fucking fully loaded fucking, say you don't even use autos and you do it, prep it, so you just make sure that the plant's ready to go and finish by a certain point, like get it to where
Yeah.
well no, you still have
That's a
to-
business in itself. You'd be like your own Tiffany's florist or
Have
whatever.
them almost done.
Yeah.
Finish them
And it's just like
Turpy Monster
stinking
florist.
the fucking neighborhood.
Turkey trees.
I mean that would be amazing, but I wouldn't smell it. Other people would be like, man, it smells like weed.
Yeah, but-
Man, it smells like Hazel Park around here.
I'd smell it. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I heard Hazel Park is pretty stinky.
I'm sure it is.
This whole
It is.
neighborhood, he
Driving
him,
around.
me,
Believe me,
street.
Northwest Detroit is too. And Southfield. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised out in Southfield.
Southfield's got some properties
It's,
with some land.
I know
Yeah, big old lots.
that many within a mile.
The most high tech shit I've seen though, I saw in a nice house in Troy. There was a guy who was like in his like 40s, but he was single, lived by himself, and his parents paid for everything. Like his parents were customers of ours too, and paid the bill. And when I went to his house, the whole basement, you couldn't really get around it easily because he had these 50-gallon drums everywhere. But some of the 50-gallon drums had plants in them. It was a hydro system. Some of them were just water.
Yeah.
And he had pipes on the top and bottom, and every one of them was swirling in the same direction. He had bubblers in different places.
Yeah.
But he had it designed so he had a big tank right next to him that was like his test tank. And then he had a fucking thing that was always filling water up, you know? Like filtering
Every
water
flow
and keeping it
system,
going.
Hydro.
So it constantly flowed. The shit was always flowing. But he was super nerdy, and he was super nervous about me being down there and stuff. And I was like, can I come and see, you know, where your shut off is and stuff so I feel safe? Because I'm the one who might be dealing with the emergency, you know? I don't want to start screaming at you, and I want to just, like, handle the shit.
Right. I don't even know where this shit is before I break a line.
I want to be prepared for worst case scenario because I'm the guy who's here to fix shit, and if
You
I
tell
don't,
them you
shit
smoke
floods.
weed though, make them feel better.
Well, everybody has fucking weed nowadays, you know?
Yeah, but you gotta tell them that you smoke weed too.
Right,
if they
for
know
sure.
you're cool.
No, his system was sweet. His plants weren't ready enough for me to see any kind of buds. They were all like the same stage, so.
Yeah.
But he had like 12 plants going, but it took up his whole goddamn basement. He might have had, you know, 2,000
hydro
square
takes
foot
up a lot of
basement.
space, man.
Not the deep water one doesn't.
They were 50-gallon
if you
drums,
do it
so
right, it
his
does.
plants were one plant per 50-gallon drum. He had them like suspended, but their roots were like all in the fucking water.
I know 2 guys that, I don't know if they still do hydro or not, but they used to do it. And I used to clean their grows for them and stuff like that. And they had hoses going every fucking where. But they produce some nice plants, man. Nice plants.
Steve used to have hydro.
I
It
did.
really impressed me because before that I was like,
Yeah,
hydro sucks.
Oh
You
man,
didn't- was it deep water?
no. Well, it was a
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
So my tables were, because this is how I met Tom. Is he helped me move from? I had a place in Oak Park with the guy from ER. He had like bought a house like This is the whole thing. We were gonna buy the house because I could buy it, but they gave me the mortgage, the lien.
Yeah.
Because it was at that time where you needed to be a first-time buyer type shit in order to actually. And then I got a bunch of tax credits for it. Like, it was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were gonna sell it in 2 years.
Right.
Flip it.
Right. Flip that house.
Well, he let me start growing in it, and then shit hit the fan, and he wanted me to come back to work, and I wasn't gonna do it. So I found that place in Detroit. It was a place in Warren before this
You
one.
got that cat disease, and it's like, I ain't working no more.
So I decided to go.
Yeah, make a
And
move.
we had to like, okay, so my tables were 2x4, 2 foot by 4 foot, and they were 2x4s. It was made out of 2x4s, and I had a well that was 6 inches.
Deep.
Yeah, well, actually it was like 5 inches deep.
Okay.
Because it was just one 2x4. Had a
Oh, I
piece
see
of
what
wood,
I see what you're
and then
saying. Right.
It had a piece of plastic, and then tied down the screws. So it had a
rocks in it or some shit.
It's more like
Well,
3.75 inches deep.
I did. I used to do rocks.
700
but
pounds each, bro.
I had well, what I did is because I had
I
a
bet.
piece of styrofoam, a thick piece of styrofoam or insulation board or whatever over top of it, and I put the baskets. So they were like the 10-inch or 5-7 inch
So
baskets.
you cut
whatever.
the
Cut a hole.
Right,
Put that,
right.
and those had the play tons in it.
I know exactly what you
So underneath is a 5-gallon or one of those black heavy duty fucking totes, 27 gallon. So what it would do is every table had a air pump,
So you may ask you that, yeah.
air pump with 4 stones
Okay.
at least.
At least 4.
Some were more. At least 4 stones, and that sat on the insulation, and the stones were on the top level, where the roots would sit.
Right.
The water from the bottom, every 15 minutes,
Recycle.
it would start for 15 minutes, and it would go for 15 minutes and shut off for 15 or 45. It would go for 15, then shut off for 45.
Okay.
So it would be on for 15 minutes an hour, and then it would drain, but it would still leave a
Yeah.
like 3 inches of water.
Right.
And that was my deep water. So it was a combination of
That's what you're saying, right.
I didn't never let it fully drain. I always let, and I had the rocks up there, and they would grow. Like, I
Always
seen
there.
some root masses
Man,
that
it was
were
ridiculous.
unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
I
Big
got-
white long roots.
21 ounces off of 2 plants on a 2x4 square.
That's good.
That was the last time I got weed out the house. Because the only reason I knew about it is because I took it to Lou's house, because I just started hanging out with Lou,
Yeah.
knowing Lou and shit. I took it to Lou's house and I dried it there.
Ah.
And the dudes that I was living with didn't like that. So they took the next crop right before I'm going to cut it down. Because I was living here.
Oh.
They took the next crop, which was 2 tables. So it would have been close to 15 to 20 ounces each table.
Yeah.
Because they were big. And then the next 2 tables, which were coming down, because I was getting 2 tables a month, say. So they're coming down the next month.
How you doing?
And
80 ounces.
I just left everything. I took a couple of my lights and
You
brought
see,
them over. I was
I'm
like,
booked.
I'm out.
Yeah.
You guys fix it. And they didn't.
Yeah.
Shit went to hell. The landlord dude was pissed. Yeah, it was kind of fucked. It's kind of a fucked situation, dude. I was at that moment. If I'd have cut that crop down, and because I had it gone,
Yeah.
at that time,
Yeah.
it was gone, and it was 200 an ounce. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't holding up,
Yeah.
it wasn't close to what it is now,
Right. Right.
and nope. That I just got a car. I was gonna pay the insurance.
You was living the
I was
life.
just about to fucking like,
You
and then
got
the
rid
car
of it.
broke down too.
Get the fuck.
That cost me $1,000 to fix. Yeah.
It rains, it pours, huh?
Oh my God, the car broke down. So then I'm
Shit.
like, got no money for 3 months because the only money because I left that, and I got no. There's nothing there.
You gotta grow some more.
I'm
How
growing
long?
here, and here was just starting. They literally were fucking clones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Now you
just
got 6 months or something.
barely even built the rooms. Like I had to bring lights over to get the rooms
Get it
like,
going,
get
yeah.
actually started. Like I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just getting moved in.
And then when did the flood happen? On
Oh,
that
the
first
flood
crop,
happened thanks to this motherfucker right here.
You had sub pumps?
No, he was
Or,
here.
You had pumps?
He was just here. Like
When it happened?
When it happened. Because again, my tables are these 2x4 tables with water in them, right?
Floating.
So some of them were held down, and they've got screens.
Found
on
out my
top.
truck was
That's another
watertight
thing too.
that
Is,
day. That was cool.
I had a 2x something, whatever it was, screen that sat on top. So my fucking things were like this.
Yeah.
They were antlers that were just this tall. 21 ounces off a plant that was this tall to the screen and this high from the screen.
Yeah.
And it was just, that's how they grew. The screen kept them down, pushed them around.
This dude was
whatever.
brilliant, but it scared me. As soon as that shit started filling up, we looked down and like 4 steps of the stairs were full. Like as soon
Oh
as
my
it came up
God.
the sewers,
Yeah.
So I'm
the
down.
street was full.
It was up to my, like,
He jumps down there, like swims in that bitch and goes right for the power and just pulls the fucking power shit so that all the power's dead in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you're fucking crazy, man. How'd you not kill yourself?
So-
You know?
That's what we do in the business.
I have these tables.
Frustration.
They've got OG18s that are this tall, right? You know, full screens of OG18s that are this tall. And I'm looking at it, and I hear the pump kick on, and the fucking water from the top bottom goes to the top, which lightens the fucking bottom thing, which then starts to float and lifts the thing up, and it went whoop,
Oh shit, you heard it.
caught it
They
right
were
before it
down there.
happened, and then we got them all like moved. Like we were
Started
literally
handling
down there
plants.
holding these plants
Oh
to keep
my
them from
God.
fucking falling.
Turn over and stuff.
Yeah, waiting for the water just to drain because it was not stopping. Like I got all my because
was
I was
coming up,
converting
yeah.
to dirt. Because before that, I went 2 weeks without fucking power.
Damn.
Like
How
dude,
even you even yeah,
stolen
right.
shit. Then I get everything ready to go,
They're
and then
sitting
I
right there
get
on the
2
back
weeks no
porch, I
fucking
think.
power. So then I'm like generating, so I'm spending a bunch of money on gas, and on top of that, like shit's just not growing.
Yeah.
There's not enough actual power to power this shit up. We have to spend $1,000 on it or $1,500 on a
Yeah, it's
generator.
getting too humid and shit.
Yeah, it's all
And it
fucked
almost
up.
drowned.
So and then I go
It
with
lived
this
through a
one because I
hurricane.
was switching from
What a
hydro
year.
because I couldn't. That was the biggest problem is when you
Well,
run
you hydro
hydro.
to dirt.
was years
No,
ago.
is
Yeah, I remember.
when you're running hydro,
Sounds
you
like
have to
that's
have
where
something.
What happened?
That was before we worried
I
about
came over
COVID.
here for like
Yeah.
the first time. at
Because I don't
this
remember a
house.
mass in the story.
Well,
Oh hell no.
You have
Way
to-
before that.
the hydro requires a lot of electricity, so that was one of the issues with running everything. Is I've got all these pumps,
Yeah.
and I have to run them off of one fucking source coming up to a generator
And
Yeah.
the lights.
and the
And a
lights.
DQ.
That's a lot for one generator, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
Really?
So that's why I started converting. I was converting to dirt, and I had to bring all the dirt plants up here because they were on the ground, and then all the plants that were still in hydro were just like floating
Floating around.
fucking holding them up. It got this high.
Well, that's pretty high. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was that a dude fucking was on my road in a fucking canoe.
So he went that way in a canoe with
And I
his
know
kids.
who he is because he
Came
lives
back
over
in a
there.
canoe with Little Caesars. He canoed up to Little Caesars with his kids during the flood.
Damn.
How cool was that? His 6-year-old's gonna remember that shit for life. And his funeral is gonna be
there was
like
a canoe.
when God fucking submerges us in the
We didn't
goddamn
remember,
rain.
you don't remember that great
deluge.
fucking flood that
Dad
happened
whips
where
out the canoe and gets
696
hot
almost
ready.
killed people? Like right there at 696 and 75,
Well,
it
You
yeah,
didn't have to
yeah.
walk the
Like
rest
it
of the
just
way, or was Little
whoosh.
Caesars submerged too? Did
people
they
almost
canoe all the way
died.
there?
Like,
Yeah.
It was on the
Literally.
ground.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
on-
the whole fucking thing
It was like a
flooded.
flash flood.
Well, one of the pumps died.
Did he hold down the fort
Yeah.
on the river on fucking Woodward Heights and tell the kids to go
Didn't
walk and
even
get the
matter
hot
if
ready?
a pump died. Everything flooded for like everywhere around.
So when I was
Well,
driving
yeah, it
home, I
was
was
a lot
watching
of
it just
water,
come
but-
off of the fucking course. The racetrack was like 4 feet higher than everything around it, and
Oh,
water was
wow.
still just like pouring off the edges of that, just going down to Quender south.
Chet walked home
Yeah.
because he saw what was happening in my basement, and he's got a tri-level,
Oh.
and he had his puppy had been put in the
In a cage
cage.
down there.
There's no
Right.
That's the man. He went.
There's
and
no
got him.
fucking water in his
Yeah.
his house.
We
Was
had like
one
4 or
of the
5
few
inches.
houses
That didn't get
in
flooded.
that
He's a
area
tri-level,
because he was
so
at
he's a
the
little
top
higher.
level.
Yeah.
So he didn't have, but he
He had to
walked
walk
home.
home.
So tri-level is like half a basement.
Madison Heights?
My
Madison
basement had
Heights,
water
he's
in it, so-
basically at 12 Mile and
DeQuinder.
DeQuinder.
So 3 miles north.
Yeah, and he literally walked like
In water.
Dude, he said there's a dozen people
Rivers.
standing on the bridge at 696 because their cars were down in 696. They
Right.
walked up the exit and they were just waiting to see like if the water would go down. And like he
It's
said,
gonna go down for days.
he's like, there's a dozen people up there talking about what cars theirs and shit. He's like, I couldn't even see any cars, man. The water was above all the cars down there. That's fucking
The only thing you
crazy.
could see was like semis.
Water's a motherfucker, man.
So Hazel Park actually fucked us on that because Hazel Park only has like 4 storm pumps. When the shit happened over on the east side, 94 had like 200 storm pumps and something like 50 of them weren't working, and that killed the whole power of the whole system. You know, you can't keep it traveling if shit's out. Hazel Park has like 4 storm pumps in the whole system, and none of them were working. It hadn't worked for like 30
None of
years.
them worked.
They didn't have anything. They didn't have a dude who knew how they worked. Like, so Hazel Park got a big fine. They got like a $10,000 fine or something from Oakland County because, you know, you gotta fucking you gotta
Yeah,
get
you
your end of the
sued.
bargain. But what they're doing this whole time, they're surrounded by Madison Heights and Warren and Roy Loke and Detroit. Like they're like, all those motherfuckers can get rid of our water.
Yeah,
They're like they're
run
just
off
they're
the-
just little tiny Hazel Park, you know.
Yeah,
like,
so little. Yeah, we don't know.
Little
motherfuckers.
tiny Hazel Park, huh?
But now they probably got 4 badass fucking storm
Right,
pumps
it
with
costs them too much
with some
not
fucking
to.
engineer who fucking knows all about those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they don't.
Who are we kidding?
You're joking, right?
This is the government we're talking about.
Yeah. There's it's not
They
not
fixed
getting any
one
funnier.
so far.
So I just got my bill from or my insurance showing me a reflection from my Beaumont stay the night that I stayed there when I fucking ended up leaving and
One
they
night.
did all those tests on me.
10 grand.
No, fucking. So I got $1,200 is what I'm supposed to pay, but $2,300 is or $23,000 is what my fucking insurance paid.
For one night.
They did all these tests on me, but they didn't have to do all these tests because the things they were worried about, I wasn't worried about. Like one of the things they were worried about was
They just start running fucking tests.
I have chronic hypoxia where like I don't breathe well, you know, so I run like an 80% blood oxygen and you're supposed to be 95 or better.
Oh,
So
they were
healthy
worried.
people are like 99, 98 and non-healthy people are like 95. So they're worried about me and they're like, you out of breath? And I'm like, every breath I've ever taken in my life has been difficult for me. Like I've adapted to that. I play a lot of sports and shit, you know, like I
Yeah.
can deal with being out of breath and still fucking choke
Yeah,
you
they
out,
didn't
you
believe
know? Like, but, so they were really fucking worried, and I told them it's always been like
Wow.
that, and I know that I have walking hypoxia. But what they didn't know, I spent the first year of my life on a respirator. I was born premature with viral pneumonia, and I was sick as hell, and I like couldn't breathe on my own for the first year. So my lungs are like 80% what my lungs should be.
Golly.
Like that's why I get 80% of the oxygen. You know, I got little kitty lungs. If I was
Little kitty lungs.
if I was little and skinny, it'd probably be less drastic. You know, of course. Figure you are the harder on anybody's lungs. But it was shit I wasn't worried about. It was shit that they were really worried about. Like they want to take all these scans and like chest X-rays. Like,
23,000.
they had
They just seen a
specialists
big
come.
old dollar sign when they seen
They had a
you.
group of 6 different specialists, and I'm sure that's where the 23.
I was in there
came from.
for a day and a half,
I'm not paying the $1,200.
and it was
$24,000.
$24,000.
How much?
$24,000.
So they wanted to keep me for 5 days for observation, and I said, "Fuck that!" I went in on a Friday. It was my birthday, my 37th birthday.
Yeah,
They
I'd
kept
be
me in
like,
the
"You
night,
can't keep me
and in the
out
morning
here."
they were going to keep me longer. And I had influenza A, and that's the whole reason I went there. And all I really needed was a Tamiflu prescription. Next time I get the flu, I'm toughing that shit out, man. The last thing in the goddamn world I'm doing is seeking care at a fucking medical facility.
You can go
You
to
know?
like CVS and probably just
I'll
get
seek
that.
care at CVS. I'll call my mom and be like, yo, I'm at CVS. What do I need for the fucking sniffles and the chest
No,
pains?
can't they got
You
the
know?
minute clinic now? They can probably give you that.
No, Miniclinic
Theraflu
is expensive
or
as fuck too.
something.
So
Is it? What?
for plumbing license, you have to have your hepatitis vaccines. So I went to get my hepatitis vaccines, and I thought Miniclinic because I could get it done right there.
Sure.
They want 170 for each shot. Like it's a 2-shot series that you had to take a month apart or whatever.
Damn.
So
When-
I tell them, fuck that, I'm not paying you $300 for these shots. I go to my doctor, you know what my doctor tells me? He goes, originally we charged $15, but there's a hepatitis epidemic going on in the Detroit area, and our insurance is, we're getting them to cover them 100%. He's
So
like,
it's
so we'll
free?
give you, yeah, and come back in a month, we'll give you 2 again. So I just had to pay like doctor's visits for him.
Yeah.
yeah, 30 bucks
So-
each or something.
Fucking Minute Clinic, I'm sure, is getting reimbursed also under the fucking hepatitis dilemma.
Yeah, and they're just
But they're still charging you. They're still like, oh, well, we're convenience. You're at the convenience store. We're right here right now. Ching ching. No,
Yeah.
no wait in line. Yeah.
I
When you
had
go
to
to the
do
Minute
it
Clinic,
once.
it's weird. That's where I got my COVID vaccines. And you can be sitting there and there's nobody in like the little chairs with you. There's no waiting, you know, or nothing. And you're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, right at the time that your meeting's supposed to start, a door opens and it's like a little doctor guy, and he's like, "Hi, are you Braden?" Come sit down in my chair. Well,
Nice.
it's a dude in a coat, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, pull down your sleeve and roll up your fucking, you know. We're stabbing you with a needle here.
The jab.
$300.
Yeah, I think they charged me like 180
Convenience.
for
For what?
a tetanus shot.
180?
Yeah, it was a tetanus shot with some other shit in it.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
But I just charge it to the
So you're supposed to get
company.
those every
I put it
10
on
years,
the company
right?
credit card. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it. This is for work.
I think I had like an MDOT physical, and they asked me what my latest tetanus shot was, and I couldn't tell them an answer, so they gave me one, and then they're like, it's good for 10 years.
7 or 10, yeah. something
So
like
now
that.
if someone asks me, I'm going to tell them, like, no, I've recently had one. Like, I'm
Last
not going to
year.
tell them I don't remember.
Tell them last year.
I'll be like, it's good for years. We're good.
Tetanus shot.
That MDOT physical shit sucked. I went to Concentra, and I do not recommend Concentra because
that's
they
terrible.
they're as like corporate as it can be. You know, there's 30 other people
You know
in
how
line.
crazy it is? It would have been cheaper for him to fly. Well, no, it's $1,200.
What?
So if you'd figured out how to get into Canada and do it in Canada,
Oh yeah.
it'd have been cheaper. But like if you had to pay the 23 grand, it'd have been cheaper for him to fly to fucking
Yeah.
France.
Sweet.
And have it done.
Well, you gotta pay up front.
No, France. Go to France where you don't have to pay at
You
all.
know what Sweden wanted for the COVID test? If we were to go to Amsterdam and then come back to Sweden the last time I was there, the reason we didn't do it is because we expected me to might have to pay $500 at each place. Amsterdam might have made me get a test, or they might have accepted my original test from America, but then Sweden would make me get a test coming back from Amsterdam. You know,
You know, on
that's how they were
420,
doing
they
it.
did away with that. We can go there with nothing now.
Oh, okay. Because if I didn't
Isn't that
have
why they did it
insurance,
on 420?
if
Well,
you don't
yeah,
have
but
their insurance,
he
though,
was
they
talking
make you
about coming
pay
back
cash
into
up
Sweden.
front. You know?
Yeah, Sweden maybe they could do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So here's what we're talking about doing this time. So I'm going on vacation with Pella and Brian, even though they have separated. But
They did?
It blew.
what is
I
that?
don't think
You're
you're
on
supposed to
camera.
tell anybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna be interesting, but
I mean, people will find out, but we're not supposed to tell the family or anything.
so we're
I don't think any of it will watch.
we're all going on vacation together, and we're supposed to immediately go to Germany. So we're supposed to get together and immediately go on a tour guided by Pella in Germany, which sounds awesome. No sprechen Sie Deutsch, but sprechen Sie fun,
Sprechen Sie fun.
I guess. Is that my
I
pickup
speaky
line?
fun.
Is that what I should say?
Yeah.
I not speaky fun.
I should learn how to say fun in their language. They're gonna tell me some dumbass shit. No.
I didn't know Sweden was so small.
It's like the size of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people.
big.
either.
10 million.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. But
It's like the
big
population of Michigan.
size-wise compared to the rest of Europe.
There's probably more Michiganders
Yeah,
than
right.
Swedes.
For the rest of Europe, it's huge.
Yeah. Rest of Europe's tiny
But
compared
most
to
of
that.
it's on
Germany's
ice.
pretty big.
They got all the nice Scandinavian property though.
But
all
Germany-
the easy to live in shit. is
Germany is
Swedish.
only what,
All
about
the
20 million
shit is
people?
Norwegian and Finn.
Something like that. Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah. They live in the mountains.
But it's not a huge. It's not as big as
100%.
America. America's like
Yeah, oh, of course.
massive.
I think Russia's the biggest land mass. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Like 3 times America.
Yeah. Even
But a lot of it's unusable.
But if you don't count
Now,
Alaska,
at this
we're-
point.
At this point, but wait, fucking 20 years, global warming make that shit the next paradise.
Shit, 20 years from now.
That's what
they're gonna
the
release the Black Plague.
20 years from now, there's going to be a whole lot of changes, man.
Yeah.
plague is easy.
There might not be no communism 20 years
Plague's
from now.
easy to deal with because plague doesn't
Might not
travel
be
by
no
the air.
plants.
Might not.
Why?
20 years from now. The world's going to be a totally different place.
Of course it is. It's different than it was 20 years prior.
I think the next 20 years is going to be like accelerated.
Yeah, especially with technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, it's going to be accelerated.
Because it's one of the reasons gas prices. I believe gas prices. Let me start with that. I believe gas prices are so high because of the incoming fear that they have and understanding that electric's coming. In the next 5 years, people are going to be driving electric.
Solar.
And their houses are going to be solar as well.
Yeah, wind
Well, it's not even that.
technology.
That's not gas companies.
They're making our
That's
last
not
little
like
bit.
crude
No, they-
oil. Because they saw what happened when the crude oil.
There's so many
fucking-
solar panels on houses and shit.
Who else goes?
Solar
They're going the same way
trees.
coal went.
Creative ways to
Mhm.
put them out there.
And they know that. Then they're getting their last little bit they can get.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, exactly.
They're like, we got to get this.
And COVID fucked them up a little bit. They're going to retrieve that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Demand went way down.
That's what's happening. They
To
just
the point where they
inflating
had to
shit.
pay you to take it.
What?
It got to the point where if you wanted, like, if you had crude oil, you had to pay the person. Here, I'm going to give you the oil, and I have to pay you
To take my oil?
to take my oil.
For what?
That's how much. That's what happened during COVID. That's how bad
The supply was so.
We have the
So
ability to make
crazy
sustainable
that
It's
energy
gonna
in so
cost
many,
us money to,
so many
to
ways.
store this shit.
Yeah,
so,
so-
I'm gonna pay you to take it.
Yeah, you take it because the price
You
was
store
just
this shit.
bottomed.
Yeah.
So it's.
Because they weren't using a lot of gasoline and oil.
But we have to upgrade our there are legit concerns. Like this dude was like that I was playing with brought up the infrastructure and I'm like,
And then they are really litters. They're pickup trucks,
Yeah.
what are they? What happened?
tiny miniature.
So you get delivered from China?
Hold on.
Yeah. A guy
Like a
told me.
shipyard?
They're probably
got-
like 10 grand to buy or
No,
20 grand.
no, they
Or
started
I
at
drop it off?
no, they're like 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 grand.
That's it?
Yeah,
And so much
and they come in a
possible.
box. It comes in a box,
Dude,
and you open the box up.
you
And,
can drive them on the road.
All right.
Mhm.
So have you seen you've not seen it?
What?
There's a show on Amazon Prime called Upload.
Yep, it's great.
It's great. In the first season, they show you what rich people drive, which is there's these cars that you get into, and it's got a back seat that's a bench seat, and it's got a full, it's all glass,
360 window.
360 window, but it's also dimmed because the car, you tell the car where to go,
Yeah.
it just takes you there.
No one can see you in your car.
No one can
but
see
you
in
can see
it.
everything.
But you
Right.
can also you can also do it
It's like
so
a
you can be
personal
watching
space.
Well,
a
okay.
movie,
President.
or watching
Comfortable.
a movie.
It looks
Yeah.
relaxing. It looks like
Relaxing.
driving's probably
I saw that
time
time.
out.
Okay, so that's what rich people are in.
Yeah.
Regular people, well, not say poor, but regular people
Okay.
have cars, or they have it. There's a service. I don't know if it's. I think it's a service. I think you basically just say, "I need a car," and the car shows up.
Yeah.
And one person
It's a
sits
fucking
this way,
robot.
and the other person's sitting facing that way, and the car takes you where you want to go. You get out, and you tell the car to leave, to go. He goes, "Car, go this way for a mile, and then go back." And it does, and it
What's
goes.
the regular show? It's not like showing you real shit.
No, it's not showing you.
They already got it.
That's
Everything's
just a-
futuristic.
That's a premise
Everything in
because
it's
it's
like,
happening.
They've already got it in Ann Arbor.
Future.
2030s.
They've already got it in Ann Arbor.
What?
They have a shuttle that comes to your house and
Tom,
picks you up and takes you to the hospital, and there's nobody in it.
Domino's is doing that autonomous delivery.
Yep, and that's in Ann Arbor too.
That's crazy.
Ann Arbor's in the forefront of a lot of that stuff.
That shit tastes great, bro.
This is Fuego.
Fuego.
Fuego Twist OG.
Damn.
Twist OG.
That's a
I was
tongue
scared when
twister.
you named
That's a
it.
tongue twister.
You know, fuego like Fago.
I know.
Fire.
It's still a tongue twister.
Detroit.
Twisting my tongue.
Okay.
Detroit.
Duncan Ferguson. Hello.
What's up, Duncan?
What coffee shop is that from?
Voyagers.
It's from Voyagers, and we have it because he brought it. Tom brought it from.
I got a Betty Boop one too.
And
I got another Voyagers one at home. Looks just like that, but it's got a couple
he said, "How did you
different
get it?" Because he goes, "How do you own it?"
strains. Danny from the Voyagers sold it. Well, he actually give it to us. He gave us like 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
He's like,
they're
yeah.
daily, aren't they?
I bought some over at Betty Boop, and he's like, "Fuck, you want menus? I'll give them to you for free." Because he loved us.
Wow.
We always go there and talk to Danny. Now he works at Baba though. So go to Baba and talk to Danny. He'll give you some menus, I bet. But they're like, "Yeah, we're not supposed to give these to anyone." They had fucking hash stuck on them and shit. I put them in the backpack, brought them home. Fucking, there's hash still stuck on them. Like, brought 'em out.
Scraping them.
That's funny. You're lucky you caught it. Well,
I know, man.
They're,
Like, I had remnants everywhere.
the
in
Voyagers
that year.
has gone now, he says.
Yeah, the Voyagers switched or whatever. I think that's why Danny moved over to the Baba.
What is the Baba?
Just
Baba's a different coffee shop. It's like Indian theme. That fucking picture right there.
Oh, Indian theme,
They
yeah.
got like those things hanging off the
They
wall.
got some strong coffee.
They,
They got some,
In
well, they do have
Yeah.
coffee, don't they?
Yes.
So what do you recommend if I go
Not
to
really.
Amsterdam? What do you
Who?
recommend? I
Red
got
light
You go to India?
No, not
Yeah.
India.
For
Oh, that's what I was
Get
talking
the Thai
about.
massage though, not just like a regular hooker.
Yeah, they did have coffee. Wait,
for
did,
sure. Spend some money.
did the Paradox have coffee?
No, they're cheaper actually. I think they're like $40. Paradox?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they all have coffee though.
I think he offers smoothies.
Dude, the best smoothies were at Amnesia. Or milkshakes, really.
Yeah, I used to go there. Closed now. Used to work with Pheno Finder seeds.
Yeah, they used to carry a lot of Finder shit. But
Man, I wonder what it's like to grow over there because like Pella and I have talked about it. Like that would be amazing
to grow,
to grow. Like
they
just
only
take
can
our
have 5 plants.
cannabis, so figure out how to
To go where?
They gotta grow more than that to get the fucking.
They do illegal grows.
Yeah, legal. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Where?
Amsterdam.
Oh.
To try to get your stuff on the actual market in Amsterdam and see how it flies. Like, or to actually, because eventually,
That'd be
at some
awesome.
point, you're gonna be up. Like, at some point in the future, you're gonna be able to send your shit there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're
We can
just
send them seeds.
no.
we
I
can grow
meant the seeds are one thing. I'm talking like stores in
Send
Amsterdam
them your product,
are going to be
like your cookies and your weed.
yeah. Your
It's going to become an international
It's
market.
gonna become an ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
is.
happens. I'm going to Morocco.
It's just a matter of
I'm
time.
gonna have the best hookup in Morocco.
It'll be like that here, where there'll be specific coffee, like coffee plate. Well,
I would like to grow some bud in Vietnam. That's what I'd like to grow some.
Up in the mountains.
Thailand, man. Thailand's got like the best
In the jungle.
sativas. Land races.
Not too far in the jungle, but yeah.
Not too far.
Not
I don't
too
get
far.
fucked up by tigers and shit.
Shit.
There's stories of dudes that were like pilots in Vietnam that like took their fucking plane when they were the only one in it and just landed somewhere and sold that bitch to China
No.
or whoever.
They
And
just
they
landed
and they would just
And live there for the rest of their life.
yeah, because they marry a Vietnamese.
They live there for the rest of their life.
Dude, that's cool as hell.
So I had a buddy, his honeymoon, him and his wife.
More than you more than you
Went-
think.
went to the-
That happened more than you
You're gonna
think.
draft me and send me to war. Watch this. I'll land this.
I don't know
bitch
if
right
it was
here and I'm
Thailand or
free.
Vietnam, but they went to
A
like
lot of those guys they think are dead.
in
They're
the
not.
mountains where the
Yeah.
guy just
They're living in the
Hey,
mountains.
sure,
Well,
kill
we're living in the mountains. Yeah.
the guy had planted shit all over his property on the side of this mountain, and he took him for a walk the first couple days, a guided tour, and he's like, "This is this, and this is that, and this is what this is to you." And like part of the tour is they could like take whatever they want and
All
trade.
right, so I
That's
recommend.
Patriots.
How do you say that?
Is it Siberia?
But he was the one who
Okay.
was telling them about pilots and shit like that because he was an American guy.
Voyager's gone. I recommend. Oh, the Borjoni's.
There's a lot of
Coffee
French
shops.
there too, like
The what?
I don't even know how to say that for real, but
Yeah.
I
French
know the
chefs
ones
that
he's
fail in
talking
France
about.
to go to Thailand.
I like
and become great.
Siberia. Ask him if he's been there. Well, he can hear us.
Oh shit! He says Amsterdam's full of Cali imports. Same as
Oh,
Spain.
now it's all about the California weed.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, of course it
And
is.
it's
What about
way
Detroit
higher
weed?
priced than the Dutch weed. And you know the Dutch weed is just as good.
Some of it.
If you
Should I
grow
stick
right
some
and you get it
American
from
If
weed
you
in?
get the right ones.
if you go to the right place and get the
Yeah.
right ones,
Yeah, you
I
just,
suggest just go to Harlem.
and there's some killer California
I
blood,
wonder
man.
if we can get
There's
Cali
some
weed
killer.
shipped here.
Can we get what?
Shipped here. Do you
What?
know anybody in Cali that would ship us some weed?
I know people,
You do?
I want some samples. I really want to try some Cali weed. I've never.
but it ain't gonna be no good. It's gonna be from the stores and it'll be just like ours.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The market's been around for a lot longer. Maybe it's.
A lot longer.
There's just
No,
more outdoors.
there's good. No, you have to pay for it. There's good Cali.
Yeah,
There's
weed.
good weed, yeah.
Yeah,
They got, no, they got some.
Dabs, I
There's
can
good
get you
weed all
anything
over
shit,
America,
because the
though.
dude raffles it off, and I know him. He's
Yeah,
a
but
tester.
see, places like
Good
California.
weed down south.
He
that
runs
good
the
weed
raffle.
that like-
But see, places like
Texas.
California at one time was a big growth state, a huge growth state, illegal growth state.
Kentucky, Tennessee.
Humboldt
that's like
County.
outdoor
Yeah,
weed.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, they were growing like monster amounts of weed up there, man,
Oh, yeah,
and good
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you know how much they're selling like rosin in Amsterdam for? Dude, it's like 100 a gram, 80 a gram or something.
Fuck off.
So take a lot of money with me.
I bought some Dutch moonshine though.
I mean,
pure
Amsterdam's
sativa.
expensive, yeah. That's
So-
one of the reasons I was like ready to go, because in my head I'm like,
Uh-huh.
fuck, man, this is for the way I smoke.
It's cheaper and better in the suburbs like Harlem.
Yeah,
Rotterdam,
if I'd have
and
had
shit.
him with me, but I didn't. I had
Yeah,
fucking
right,
Pella,
you-
who's
you-
not a pot smoker.
Right, so he didn't know the ins and outs of pot land.
So the only like, I
He,
went to,
he went to like one of the best coffee shops.
yeah, I found the one,
Well, that
the
was
one I
good.
really liked,
It was decent.
and it was every time I bought weed from it, and it has, you know, I got the same shit most of the time.
There's a lot of
'Cause
shitty
again,
ones,
it's
man.
like-
There's 300 shops.
Yeah, every time I
Did
went.
they sell hash too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
the
fuck
Moroccan
yeah.
hash.
That's what I was gonna get over
Hash from
there.
all around the world.
I smoke hash.
Nepal Temple balls.
He says
Yeah.
They
for
sell
good
that.
Cali, it's expensive, and Cali mids is usually garbage.
Meds.
Mids.
Dude,
Mid.
it's like 60 an eighth or some
Well, I
shit.
mean, mids are mids, and I don't care where you go, right?
Ain't really
I
selling.
mean, you don't get top of the line, what do you expect? If you don't get top of the line, what do
I
you
know.
expect?
I get
Dude,
it.
the shops around here,
You-
the mids are better than the top shelf.
But that's what I'm saying. You could range from poor to really good.
Well, that's what I want to see what their top shelf is because we've had our top shelf here and it sucks.
Yeah.
I want to see if the top shelf there actually is worth the whatever the fuck they.
I would like to see that too.
At least just one.
Start whoring your show. Tell them you got a
I
show.
wanna
see
try
if
But
to-
here we go.
samples.
Here we go.
Start contacting fucking.
That's a show, right?
using cows.
Several shows. Do the different
Yeah,
states that are
yeah,
legal,
yeah.
where it's
Yeah, we
legal.
gotta get someone to
If
ship
we
it.
get people to ship us blood from each state,
Yeah, if we had enough views, they would do that. Or subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to do that.
That's how-
I never remind people.
I
to
just got a
subscribe.
free fucking grow
Yeah.
lights.
Don't forget to subscribe, people.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
because
gonna
I have
forget
those Facebook.
Hit all the
groups.
likes.
you don't care.
I mean,
Subscribes.
You don't
We
care.
don't care, but
no.
We do
you
want
don't
free
give a shit
samples mailed
either.
to
You
us.
just enjoy it.
We want free
Well, I
samples
do.
mailed to
You
us.
want to make some money, but at the same time,
It's
Well-
prosperity.
not money.
Yes, I do. I
Yeah,
want to
but
make
not-
money to do things for people.
Yeah.
What if this
Hey.
becomes a cult classic
Yeah,
in
to give
100
back.
years long?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean,
you
what
have
the
to
fuck?
make money to make a difference.
And you incur expenses when you're trying to develop content.
Yeah.
Overhead, man.
You're always going to incur expenses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
get
going
it.
to get higher.
Because I can feed myself with my money I got now. I pay all my bills. I don't need,
Yeah,
want
it's not
that.
like you need money.
No, I don't.
Trying to
Exactly.
get money to help further
I understand.
cause.
All right. That's 85 minutes. That's a good one.
It's a wrap. Huh?